Hey guys, just about to play match 1 with our Scry deck, Scry control deck, basically, I guess is what it is. We won the die roll. And we definitely have a keepable hand. Yeah, so we'll keep it. We'll lead with our Swiftwater Cliffs. And I'll probably just play Sigiled Starfish out there in turn 2 instead of trying to keep Mana Leak up. See what our opponent does in turn 1. Okay, head drawn crab. So he's going to try to mill us. That's bad news for us because our deck definitely does not win quickly. And mill can probably destroy us pretty well, but nevertheless, I'm going to play out our Starfish. I mean, he can just mill us by playing lands now, which we can't counter anyway. So Magma Jet can kill that, and we can also bounce it to his hand, but that's about all we're going to be able to do to slow him down. So we lose 3 cards now. Another Sphinx and one of our Sanctums. So we have one of each of those in our hand anyway, so it could be worse. This next turn I probably do leave Mana Leak up. Okay. What we're going to do is actually scry at our upkeep. So he doesn't have any way to swing at us anyway. We don't have to worry about it. So we'll just scry at our upkeep to try to smooth out our draw a little bit. There's no reason not to. If we needed to block, I wouldn't do it, but we don't need to block against this guy. So we'll scry 1 now. See what happens. And that is what we want. I'm going to hold on to it for now. I'll probably let him mill me at least 2 more, and then Magma Jet it at the end of his turn. He gets to draw a card when we kill it, and he may play something I'd rather counter. So I'd like to Magma Jet him and keep him from using the card he's going to draw from Fate Foretold. So what we want to try to scry for now are lands, though. Let's see what he's trying to play here. Mind Sculpt. No, I'm going to Mana Leak that. I'd rather not have my mind sculpted. Okay. Ooh, that does hurt because we have one in our hand. So, but it's not going to mill us at all, which is what he probably wanted to do. He's just going to hit another Prognostic Sphinx, the one that's in our hand. Which does suck, certainly. That was going to be our win condition this game, the way things were looking. Yeah, we've got Magma Jet, Jace's Sanctum, and Aqua's Form. We also wouldn't mind scrying into our Blood Speaker Shaman, or whatever he's called. I can't remember what he's called, but the Scry guy who gets bigger and first strike every time we scry. He would get huge in a hurry, so he could swing for 6 every turn right now with the Aqueous Form and the Sigiled Starfish. I'm going to scry my upkeep again. Just like last time, there's no real reason not to, so. I'm going to put that on the bottom for now. It is a win condition eventually. Okay, well, we drew another Mana Leak, which isn't bad. So we'll do the same thing we did last time, basically. Sort of hang back, Mana Leak something if we want to, and Magma Jet is due at the end of his turn otherwise. Yeah, how big is that going to be right now? Not that big, so, but I still think I'd rather Mana Leak it, so we'll do that again. My opponent's stuck on 2 lands, and I'm stuck on 3, so neither of us is being super active. Okay, well, we'll have to Magma Jet that one. I think I'd rather go after the Phantasm than... Right, we can't block that guy, so we'll scry again. Right, another counterspell, so I'll take that counterspell, and we'll draw it. And then I'll just keep mana up the way we've been doing. If he plays a mill spell, I probably just Magma Jet his Jace's Phantasm in response before he mills us. Okay, actually, I'm going to Magma Jet that thing now. That'll put 5 cards in my graveyard, so the Phantasm is going to become a huge problem, though, at the same time. I'm actually just going to Magma Jet the Phantasm. Because I can at least deal with this Hedron Crab with another Magma Jet. The Phantasm, I don't have many ways to deal with. Yeah. We'll just put these both back on top. I want to draw the island first. It's a little less concerning because it doesn't have a whole bunch of mana. This time I'm not going to scry at the beginning at my upkeep, so we'll skip that. Put it back on afterwards, though. And we'll pass the turn. Yeah, this deck is definitely slow, but luckily our opponent... Okay, there's that, which is not good news. We really need to get to our win condition. Knowledge and Power I would probably take now. Alright, there goes some more cards. Flame Speaker Shaman, 2 of them are in our graveyard, back to back, of course. Nothing else this turn, huh? We know we're drawing Mana Leak, so yeah, maybe I do want to scry. Maybe I don't want that Mana Leak anymore. Oh, so we don't know. Magma Jet's exactly what we want, actually, so I'm cool with that. Wish I had 1 more mana so I could play the Sanctum and the Magma Jet, but I don't. I'm just going to kill it now. It'll keep us from getting milled 1 more card. Like, we can't kill it in response to a land. And he can mill us more in response, so we'll just Magma Jet it. It does draw him a card, though, but we don't really want either of these. Well, the land's not bad, actually, but I think I'm putting it on the bottom, and I'll put the Sigiled Starfish on the bottom, too. He does get to draw a card. And now we don't have a counter spell up, but I'm not too worried about that. Jace's Phantasm would be bad right now. Okay, Invisible Stalker can kill us slowly. Nah. We know what we're drawing, and I still want to draw it. Yeah, we'll just pass the turn, keep up Dissolve, and... Yeah, I'm going to counter that second one. It's the only way it can be dealt with, having Hexproof. Oh, does he have Mana Leak in response? Dang. Not in response, but targeting it. Alright, well, we may get beaten to death by 2 Invisible Stalkers, the way things are going. Don't even get to scry now. It's mean. Good news is, though, if we draw one of our win conditions now, he can't counter it. We'll scry. No, thank you. Alright, we drew a land anyway. I'll play Jace's Sanctum now. Yeah, he has not hit any of our enchantment that can burn him to death relatively quickly in this deck. But he has hit 2 of our creatures that can help us win. Actually, and he's also removed all of our Prognostic Sphinxes too, so we've got 5 cards left in our library we can draw that can help us. Ooh. Well, it's going to kill us a little faster now. It's just a 2/2. Has Shroud and Hexproof now, though, so whatever that's worth. Alright, we're going to take 3. Now I really wish I'd taken that Knowledge and Power. Can't kill his creatures, but we can at least start racing him if we got it. Okay, Outpost Siege is definitely something we want. Will allow us to draw some gas, theoretically. And we can kind of rig things with scheduled I mean, already we could, but now we can decide what we want to be exiled by an Outpost Siege is what we're deciding, rather than the card we draw. We're going to name Cons. And I'm going to end the turn. Yep. Flame Speaker Adept, not Shaman. I was calling it a Shaman. So we take 3 here. Yeah, we want our Flame Speaker more than Knowledge and Power. Ooh, I forgot to scry. I'll do it now. Doesn't really matter when we do it, to be honest. So we don't want that, so I'm glad that I scried. 1 is all we want, really. Okay, we had a land with our Outpost Siege, and we drew Magma Jet, which is relatively nice. It's going to let us scry and stuff. We'll end our turn. These freaking invisible stalkers are so annoying with their hexproof and shroud on this one anyway. They are a challenge to deal with. Can't be blocked, and they have hexproof. What was Wizards thinking, you know? I guess they're thinking it's a 1/1, but they even see play in, you know, a deck that's at least almost tier 1, the deck with like all the auras and stuff like that. Okay, so we're gonna Magma Jet him at the end of his turn. See if he counters it. He may. That may be what he's holding on to. His counter spells. We'll put that on the bottom. So we scried once for our Sanctum, and now we're going to scry for our Magma Jet. And we don't want either of those, so... Alright. We'll scry again now, because we put everything on the bottom so far. Alright, there he is. We'll put him back on top. We gotta, you know, whether he resolves is a question, certainly. And Voyage's End is also useless to us right now, but our Flame Speaker Adept is not if he resolves. Hopefully he just has mana leaks and we can just play around and we can just, you know, pay for what we need to pay for. Okay. In that case, I'm also going to play Aqueous Form on him, make our own unblockable monster. Looks like that happened as well. We can protect him with Voyage's End. At least Voyage's End can do that. We'll lose our Aqueous Form, but he's pretty formidable right now even without Aqueous Form. He's definitely better with it, but... Jesus, 3 invisible stalkers? That seems unnecessary. He got all 4, in fact, because we actually countered one, didn't we? I thought we countered one. Oh, no, he mana leaked my... That's right. So he's gotten 3 of 4. So we take 3 to the face this turn. I'm going to put a stop at the upkeep so we can scry before we draw. Yeah, we don't have anything we can do. So we'll scry, which will pump up our guy. We don't want that. Okay, Knowledge and Power is actually pretty great right now. And we draw a land, so let's play Knowledge and Power, try to anyway. It'll let us swing. I mean, if everything goes the way we want to here, we'll hit him for 8 this turn, 6 with the Shaman, and 2 with the Knowledge and Power. But let's see if we actually get to swing here. Looks like we do. Sigiled Starfish actually isn't bad right now. It just gives us more gas, so I think I'm actually going to put it on top. So we're going to do the 2 to him. Still lets us have Voyages end up because of our Jace's Sanctum. And then he'll go down to 8 after he takes this 6. Okay. And we'll end our turn. And we can win next turn now pretty easily. Because we have an unblockable guy who will swing for... Let's put a stop at our upkeep again. Who will swing for 6. What's he doing with all that? I don't like it. Archive Trap. Okay, that is going to mill us a lot, but I don't think it does the job. I think we're going to take this one, barring something crazy he does with 1 blue. Yeah, we'll take the 4. We're going to scry again on our turn, even though we know what we're going to draw just to pump up. Although I guess we could wait, but we could wait till after we draw, since we already know what we're drawing. Yeah, might as well. So we'll let our upkeep go by. I somehow put the Sigiled Starfish on the bottom of my library by accident, I guess. It's not a huge deal, but... we'll scry once. We'll put that on the bottom. We'll do 2 to him. Yes. And then we swing for lethal. Put that on the bottom. Target him with that. And we did it. Looked like we were going to lose that one for a while, but we managed to get our win condition out there, and he was unharassed, so unstoppable, I guess. Pyroclasm's actually really good against this opponent because of those freaking Invisible Stalkers, and Rending Volley's really good too. But I think I'm only going to side in Pyroclasms, and they don't say Scry on them, which is unfortunate, but I think we cut 2 Magma Jets, a Voyages, and 2 Voyages Ins for them. Yeah. Pyroclasm doesn't kill any of our creatures, which is pretty nice. All of our creatures have 3 or more toughness, so... This time around, if he gets a not cranial extraction, but surgical extraction, again, and he knows exactly what our game plan is, it's a little scary. Especially if he gets multiples and he just hits like all of our win conditions. We really only have 3, so... And it's usually most successful if we can get 2 of them out there. Alright, our opponent is sideboarding. I will resume the recording when he comes back. Alright, our opponent is here. We have a hand that we have to send back. So we will mulligan to 6. Oh wait. Well, we do get to scry. So I mean, I think I keep this for the Magma Jet, and If we can get the blue, then we're in really good shape. Well, we drew it anyway. How about that? But yeah, this is a good hand for us early game. We can just stop whatever he's trying to do and try to draw into some action, and the Scry, of course, will help us draw into that action. Right, there's a stalker, so he's getting those early beats out there a lot earlier this time. We cut both of those down to 2 because they're not as good against him because of his invisible stalkers, and we still got 1 of each already. Mind Sculpt. I don't know if I want to mana leak that. He has like much more punishing spells. Yeah, I think I will though. It keeps, certain of his cards from being as effective as they would be otherwise, so I think it's fine. His deck isn't like completely focused on mill. He definitely has a little bit of beatdown in there, as we saw in the last game. I mean, he got us to 5 life, and it seemed to have a mill deck, so he did get us to 16 or so cards too, though. So he did a little of both, but didn't do either well enough to beat us. Okay. Like to just see 3 invisible stalkers out there again, and then see our pyroclasm. All right, we will take 1, go down to 19. All right, he's ending his turn. Maybe I should have magma jetted there. I probably will this time. I kind of was trying to save it for if he plays like a Jace's Phantasm, which we can just kill with it right now, but I'll probably just Magma Jet now to try to get us some action. We do have Knowledge and Power now, which can help us win the race, especially if we get a Starfish or something like that in play. Oh, I didn't Magma Jet again. I don't know what I'm doing over here. He's keeping his counter magic up, which is, I mean, that's probably what he's doing. I don't know for sure that's what he's doing. So I'm not going to try to play out Knowledge and Power yet, and this time I won't F6, and I'll remember to Magma Jet. I've been fine with the draws at least. I may just wait till I have 6 mana, so that I can be sure our Knowledge and Power will resolve between our mana leak. 7 mana, I mean. Alright, we're going to Magma Jet him. Hopefully. I mean, if he wastes a counterspell here, I'm happy with that too, because then we just play Knowledge and Power. Right, we don't want either of these, so that was a good time to Magma Jet. Okay, Outpost Siege is actually pretty nice. I think I just play that first. See if that draws out a counterspell. Lets us also keep up our mana leak, and that's appealing. Seems to be thinking about it. Okay, resolved, and we name cons. We will end our turn. Okay, Hedron Crab. Alright. It's not ideal, but I don't think I want to mana leak that. I'll probably just Voyage is ended at the end of his turn if he doesn't do anything else. Make him play it again. Which isn't a huge deal with the 1 mana creature, but it lets us Scry, and it's not irrelevant, so. He's been kind of having a hard time with lands both games. His deck may not have enough lands in it. Or he could just have really bad luck. That does happen sometimes. Certainly. Ooh, Magma Jet. Okay, well. Do we want to mana leak that? I think we do. Well, we only have one Magma Jet left in our deck right now. He gets to see our hand, I guess, which is relevant. But I think if he has another Surgical Extraction, though, he can hit our mana leak. But he would be able to do that anyway. Like, if we mana leaked here, he could hit the other mana leak. So yeah, we'll just let it happen. We lose one Magma Jet. And now he knows we have what we have in our hand, which, if he has another Surgical Extraction, definitely means he'll hit Mana Leak now. I'll probably counter it if he does that, because otherwise we lose our Mana Leak out of our hand and 2 in our library. So even though it's risky because of that, I'm going to... no, I'm not. I'm not going to Voyages in. I changed my mind. I can use it once Knowledge and Power is in play to a much greater effect. Okay, Aqua's form is pretty bad to hit right now, so now I wish I had done it just to Scry, but we'll play Knowledge and Power. Nothing to put our Aqua's form on. 3 may be too many. 4 would definitely be too many, since we only really have 2 creatures it's worth putting on. Our Sigiled Starfish obviously is useless with it. And we'll end our turn. Continue to keep Mana Leak up. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Now we can just bounce it and get rid of the aura too. So we'll do it on our turn though, so we can at least burn him for 2 in the process. We can't do it now because we just don't have the mana. So yeah, we'll take 1. All right, let's see what we hit with our Siege. Jace's Sanctum, huh? Yeah, that's what we're going to play here, because it allows us to play. We can Scry more times now because of it. So we'll play our Sanctum. And then we'll play Voyage's End here. Yeah. And we'll put that on top for sure. And then we'll burn him. And we can still play Mana Leak too because of Jace's Sanctum right now, so that's pretty sweet. Alright, gets rid of his aura. And we still want that on top. We can just cast it next turn. Makes you target even though we don't have the mana for it right now. And we'll end our turn. So these two together and play, almost all my spells say Scry on them anyway. And now they Scry twice. That Pyroclasm will Scry now too. He should have played his land and then his Hedron Crab. His Hydron Crab and then his land. But maybe he did that because he knows I have Mana Leak. I don't know. Sure. We're going to draw that Pyroclasm so we can save our Mana Leak for something a little more concerning. Like making sure our Pyroclasm happens. Even our Mana Leak Scries right now too, so that's pretty sweet. All right. And, oh, that's what we drew. I'm thinking I'm Scrying. I've been doing so much Scrying. So there's our Pyroclasm. And there's another one. That's a little nuts, but I'm okay with it. So we will Pyroclasm for 1 red. We get to Scry. And another Outpost Siege. I don't think we want that. It'd be alright, but I think we really just want to draw gas that helps us burn our opponent out or our other win condition. Here with our knowledge and power. And we'll pay 2, take him to 12, and get a 3-for-1 on our Pyroclasm. And now we can mana leak something and burn him for 2 at the end of his turn. And we have Pyroclasm at the ready as well. So we're in pretty good shape. Mind Sculpt. Yeah, alright. I think we let that happen. Well, I mean, I do have the mana leak. It also let me take him to 10 if I mana leak. And I'll be able to scry 1, but yeah, I'll just let that happen. Alright, so we're not going to scry at all now. That's the downside. We don't get to do 2 to him. But that's okay. We still get to draw 2 cards, so... Ooh, hitting Dissolve without Post Siege is not what you want to be doing. I could counter my own spell, I guess. Like Pyroclasm and then Dissolve it, burn him for 4. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a great idea, though. So we'll just pass the turn. Chase is freaking Phantasm. And it will be large right now. I'm going to mana leak it, even though it'll resolve, just to get some damage out there and to maybe help us hit Voyage's End or our creature who can help us win a little sooner. Ooh. Well, we still get to scry, so he probably should have just paid 3 instead of doing what he did, but, you know, I'm okay with that. So we will scry. We'll put that on the bottom. And then we'll burn him for 2. So if we get something that lets a spell right now that lets us already says scry on it, we can actually take down the Phantasm with Pyroclasm plus that spell plus knowledge and power. But it has to happen because that'll give us 2 triggers, one from the Sanctum and one from the spell itself. All right, so let's see. We do have a number of 2 chances to hit them, but we seem to be bricking pretty hard right now, if you haven't noticed. Play our Reef out there. So we're going to go to 9. That is not good news. I want to hold on to the Pyroclasm because, like I said, we can take down this Phantasm if we just draw one of our spells that says Scry on it already. Which we have, so... Although we have fewer now because we decided in Pyroclasm, so... But yeah, if we get enough gas, we can probably burn him out with Knowledge and Power before he kills us, but he also has counter magic, so it is certainly not a guarantee. Did he just Surgical Extraction? He did. What an awful person. What did he hit? What is he hitting? Graveyard. There we go. Pyroclasm. And we do have one in our hand, so... And he's going to hit all of them in our deck, so that's not good. Now I wish I had just cast it for the 2 burn and the scry. Okay. Yeah, this one will be hard to win now, probably. We still get to draw 2 cards a turn. And we get to scry even if he counters stuff. At least once. Not if it says it on the card, of course, but... Let's see what we get. Okay, that'll certainly help our cause, as will that. So we will play out our Prognostic Sphinx. If it resolves, we're in pretty good. I'll be pretty happy because every time it swings, we get to scry. So basically, swings for 5 right now. We'll also play our Sigiled Starfish, who will let us scry and burn for 2. And we'll play out this Cliffs. Maybe I should have kept it in my hand, you know, to bluff. Or to keep my Prognostic Sphinx alive. That was stupid, I forgot. If I want him to have hexproof, I have to have a card in my hand, but oh well. What's done is done. The 1 life gain doesn't make much of a difference either because I'm on a 2-turn clock either way. What's he doing right now? Yeah, I really should have kept a card in my hand. That was silly of me. One blue. Okay, yeah, now I really wish I'd kept that mana up. I mean the land up. Now we'd probably just chump though, so. Ouch. Well, the good news is in response to the trigger we can still scry, and I can just, the other good news is I can just chump right now if he wants to swing. And even if he doesn't swing, he kind of bought us a turn. Yeah, so we'll just chump with our Prognostic Sphinx. I mean, there's no point in holding on to it. Okay, I wish we had a scry effect right now. We could just finish that thing, but we don't. So we end the turn, and we want to wait at our upkeep so that in response we can scry. I think we aim it all at him. I mean, we could try to take down his Phantasm, but I feel like we want to race. Another Starfish is not bad. Lets us do 4 damage a turn. And that Dissipate also is not bad, as it allows us to counter a spell and burn him for 2. So no matter what spell he plays, I am going to play Dissolve because it gives us lethal next turn, assuming he doesn't do something like completely remove our Starfish. Yeah, he should really just run like Pacifism instead. Although I guess Pacifism wouldn't make me scry when I need to, like at the beginning of my turn. All right. I have foil sigiled Starfishes because they cost exactly the same on MTGO traders, so why not, you know? They look pretty sweet. I think I have the Flame Speaker Adept also as foil for the same reason. I usually do that. I like the new foils a lot too, so I'm more motivated to take the time to check. All right, let's see what he can do here. I mean, between the Dissolve and the 2 Starfish, we should have him dead. We'll actually get to scry twice with our Dissolve, I just realized. So we only need 1 Starfish. We'll take 5 to our face. He has us at 5 again. If he doesn't play anything, then okay, good. He's playing something. That's better. And it is something we actually want to counter. So we're going to Dissolve that. See if he can do anything in response. Oh no. Yeah, we might be toast now. Oh no, we can pay 3 and still burn him for 2. So we're pretty happy. I was worried it was a hard counter. Yes. So we only get to burn him once now with our Dissolve instead of twice, but still. We don't really want that right now. We'll do this. And now we get to scry again, and we don't want that either. There are 2 of them on top. We go here. So we should have this now. Our 2 Starfish will kill him now at our upkeep. So death by Starfish, that's pretty brutal. So we scry once. Target. Pay 2. And then we scry again. And target, and pay 2. So we did it. We beat this mono blue mill deck with Starfish alone that time, basically. So that was pretty sweet. So yeah, thanks for watching. That was the first match with this deck. I'll play a couple more so you can see some more of how it works. Although this was a pretty good match for, my opponent was, letting me do most stuff unmolested. So I got to do a lot of whatever I wanted. So it was a good match to see what it can do if your opponent doesn't interact with you. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget